Listen, when we have a week that's not heavy rap, we are gonna do a lot of R&B. We are gonna do some R&B talk on a week that we don't have a lot of rap. Like this week we have a lot of rap, but
we got two rap things to talk about. That's it.
But they're
major.
They're major, but they're two.
Honestly, looking back at this is probably gonna be one of the biggest weeks in terms of pod topics of the year.
I disagree. I think 2026 is about to give you way more.
They're gonna give you a lot more, but how many weeks are gonna be bigger than a J. Cole announcement and a Rocky album? It's not gonna be many.
The J. Cole album drop. Fuck 'em.
J. Cole album drop and then Drake album announcement and the album drop. Those are the combinations.
And there's always a surprise.
There's always a surprise.
I posted last week. You know what I mean? And then,
When we get that, which I told you in my predictions, when we get that Keem album that's gonna drop out of nowhere.
You lost me there. We talked about J. Cole and Drake, and you're like, when that Keem drops.
Oh, listen, Keem about to drop his good album. I mean, he's gonna drop it out of nowhere. It's gonna be a thing.
I know. I love Baby Keem from the jump. From his what's the first one? Die for My Bitch. Mm-hmm. That's a fucking fire album. Honestly,
I'm gonna briefly mention it because there was some rumblings about Keem. We'll get to that. But you boys ready to start? Yeah. Why are you gonna get up?
No.
Oh, okay. You just said it. You just said it down.
Whoever talks next.
Okay. Welcome.
Oh, you got. That's crazy.
He's not loud.
Hey,
That was good.
Soon
Welcome everybody to Rap Cave Podcast.
Bryce
As
got
always,
DoorDash on the way.
I'm your host Chris Platte, aka Platte Paz. I got a dope crew with me. I got the golden crew with me.
Call us the Fab Five?
Absolutely not. Yeah, there's 7 of us.
Because he texted about he can't call the Fab Five.
There's 7 of us, and not all of you are fabulous, but I love you equally. Jay Leno, primetime Jay Leno in the building. B. Mike Birdie. Zay. Bryce flying in from somewhere nice, no doubt. And then on the ones and twos, we got Big AP, Scranton What, the Electric City, and Cowboy Brian CB.
Type shit.
Look, I said this before we started. This is one of the biggest ones of the year. This is one of the biggest ones of the year in terms of the conversations we're going to have, discussions we're going to have.
Considering we're 2 weeks into the year, yeah, it is the biggest thing of the year so
It
far.
is going to be. We're going to look back at this, and we're going to call this one of the biggest ones. I love Boldy James, but there's going to be a week when it is focused on Boldy James.
Just wait till his 5th album drops this year. You'll be sorry.
Exactly. We are going to talk about the Titans that dropped. We are going to talk about A$AP Rocky. We are going to talk about J. Cole's announcement. Look, man, 2026 is going to be a lot. 2026 is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of heavy hitters. I think the activity you're seeing now in terms of people announcing albums, the names that are announcing albums, the people that have already dropped. If it's this active in January, shit's about to get crazy in the summer.
I think that a lot of people talked about last year not being a super hip hop heavy year. Like we had some big drops. You had the ones that are nominated for Grammys. You had the Clips album, but people talked in general. It was the first year where hip hop was like the first year hip hop wasn't on like the top 20 or whatever, like no hip hop songs. So this is the time for a comeback.
Or there was no, I think it was that there was no hip hop #1 until fucking
Clips.
No, didn't go #1.
Clips did go #1 their week, I think. I'm almost they sold 100K. They probably went
the whole thing was there's no hip hop in the Billboard top 20.
No, I think that was singles though.
The album, no,
singles.
But singles, that's what it was. Until what's his name dropped his First Day Out freestyle, and it went #1 over like Taylor Swift. It was pretty recent. I can't forgetting who it was.
Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty's First Day Out went #1.
Yeah,
which is like a First Day Out go at #1 is insane.
Shout out to Pooh
Grizzly,
Shiesty,
I guess, but
yeah,
you know.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a big year, and let's start with the big dog, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use that to segue into new music. So we're gonna talk about Rocky. We're gonna break down his album. We're gonna break down NBA YoungBoy, all of the drops that happened this week. But before we get to that, I feel bad for Rocky, man, because I came in here. This was gonna be a Rocky podcast, and it's still gonna be a Rocky podcast. I'm still gonna make sure we talk about Rocky enough. But just after last week, we sat here and we all said Drake is dropping before J. Cole. The fall off, man, this shit 2028 we'll try again. This shit ain't happening. J. Cole announces the fall off on February 6th.
Hey, J. Cole, thanks for watching the podcast and
6th or
deciding
20
it was time.
26th, I believe.
The 6th of
Is it the 6th?
yeah, the 6th of February. Yep.
I must have
It's
read
the
it
weekend of the
right.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl weekend. So, before I get to my issues with that, just in general, I want to ask the question because we talked about it a lot last week. Does J. Cole dropping before Drake, and obviously this depends on how he performs, but does this add pressure to Drake in terms of the expectations for his album, given the fact that Cole is now dropping and he will be the last of the big three to drop since everything happened? Who wants to start? Go ahead.
Add pressure, I wouldn't say so, only because like it's already so much pressure for Iceman to come out. I don't think that J. Cole dropping the album necessarily puts more pressure on Drake. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think.
And I would have to say, after the whole beef thing, I think it kind of like, I think a lot of people kind of like fizzled out of like they trust. I wouldn't say trust, but like,
I feel like everyone's back to moving on their own time at this point.
Yeah.
I think they just kind of like, all right, whatever. Now we're more worried about the two, either Kendrick or Drake. Everybody's kind of been like, J. Cole, if you drop, thanks, I guess.
Or just I mean,
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that public opinion is just, I mean, besides the the back and forth on social media that are always now going to be the two groups of people,
Right.
but like, I feel like a lot of people are just kind of back and like, just want the music, man. That's all, like, and
Yeah.
I personally, I like that because
I
that's
like
what
it,
that's
bro.
what it's about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
It
does
is
this
a sport,
does
but-
this, in your opinion, add pressure to Drake? Like, say
I don't think it really.
it depends on how the album performs. Like, say this album is really good. Does that add pressure to Drake knowing that GNX was received well, Cole's album was received well? Does that add pressure to Drake, or is it just 1-2 doesn't really matter because of the things that transpired with Cole?
I don't think it really. I don't really think so because I think at this point Drake's probably at a point of he already has a drop date in mind. He has, I mean, I'm maybe October. We always kind of look for that, but like, I mean, I think he's just locked in at this point. But like, especially because this is. For J. Cole, it's very specific that it's being his like last album. You know what I mean? So if anything, it's more like get him out of the way, and then we don't got to think about it anymore.
Plus, it also depends on how good the actual album,
Right.
Which
is.
I assume it's gonna be very good.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say,
Oh, sorry.
I do think that the more pressure in this situation, I think Drake's pressure, J. Cole, no J. Cole was going to be the same. I do think right now the pressure, if anything, is on J. Cole. Because J. Cole even said, I've been spending 10 years building this shit.
You're right.
He said, I wanted to spend this time to build the best album ever. He announced it right at KOD, which means he was thinking about it even before then. So we're talking about, if anyone's feeling the pressure right now, it's Cole.
Yeah.
Cole, after backing out the beef, which, again, we all pretty much like, okay, it's fine, right, move, whatever. All the pressure really is on him to drop what he's already hyping up from the announcement. This is my classic.
Even still, he literally put out the memo. I worked 10 years on this. This is supposed to be my best album for myself and for hip hop, or whatever the verbiage.
He already has a classic at least, if not,
everyone
depending
thinks,
on how you want to consider.
I was gonna say, like, everyone's looking at 2014 Forest Hills Drive. He's saying this is supposed to be better than that. So for me, I don't even when this album drops, I'm not thinking about Drake. I'm not thinking about Kendrick. I think that they're on their own separate thing right now. This is Cole's moment. I think that's the key. And I think that right now the only person he feels like he's competing against for this album is his own legacy.
Okay. Jalen, I want you to answer the first question, then you can get to your expectation. You can kind of kick it off since you kind of transitioned to expectation. Yeah, just do you think it adds more pressure to Drake, or no, not really? No?
I think it's irrelevant. Like, Twitter can say what they want.
Right.
J. Cole dropped that snippet, the whole world stopped. Like, shockingly. It was everywhere. People was saying, oh, we don't care about Cole. And I was saying I didn't care much either, but I played that shit. Like, it's just, it's Cole. But I
How many
think
times you listen to it?
Shit, about like a few times. It was cool.
Probably. That's a run it back one.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic in all things considered.
I don't think Drake, like, to be honest, it's not even a shot to Kendrick. I think like Cole and Drake are probably had the best project out of three. Maybe it might be Cole, to be honest, but I think Cole is just he on his own time right now. Like, he about to retire, quote unquote. I don't think Drake has any pressure from the beef. Like, the beef's over. Like, all that shit's over with. So
I think he does. I think he does because
I don't think he does, like, to an extent.
but I don't think
it's a
Cole
little
turns it up.
I don't think Cole turns it up because
not
if anything, ASAP turned that up more than anybody.
Because you got to think about. Sorry, I wanted to just say quickly. The thing is, you got to think about how like media is presented and the platforms that are talking, the way they're talking. You got to think that a lot of the people that are champion J. Cole or champion Kendrick or whatever have kind of become anti-Drake, right? Like, this battle did that, and so I think they're going to champion Cole regardless. So I think that I don't think that Drake necessarily has something to lose or gain because I think that I think that the people that like the style of rap that is Kendrick, that is Cole, which are two different styles, but they kind of blend together. If you like those styles, then I think that when you look at Drake, it's gonna be a different style, obviously, and I think that that's going to weigh into people's minds. So I don't think whether Cole knocks it out the park or Cole fails, I don't think that makes people change their mind on what they think the Drake album is going to be or how they're going to feel about it.
I don't even put Kendrick and Cole in the same thing because I think that when Cole backed himself out, he basically, like, people are be like, yo, I'm pro Drake, anti Kendrick, or I'm pro Kendrick, anti Drake. They all still rock with Cole. Like, there's no major issue with Cole.
And another thing,
I think they all dump on Cole.
I think a thing. I think
we all did, but
we lose sight also on the because of it's an opinion based show and everything is like social media also isn't real life. There's plenty of people, including a lot of people on this podcast, that still listen to all three.
Yeah,
true. And like although that presence does exist, but it's the same thing with politics. It's like you see all this wild fucking shit online and the way that people are talking and whatever, but like you don't run into it in real life the same way that you see it on the internet.
And AP, I look at it like this: when you're we all go to multiple sporting events. When you go to a sporting event, boos always register louder than cheers. So you're gonna hear all the negativity because that's what social media does,
right? Versus
like the people who are actually, if the actual like discourse of everything was true, Drake still wouldn't. There's no way Drake would be the still #1 streaming artist from hip hop on Spotify last year.
Right.
Despite all the shit that's happened, and despite however you feel about the beef, Drake was still the #1 streamed artist on terms of hip hop on Spotify last year. So
there's no such thing as bad publicity in that sense.
Yeah.
And that propelled him, and like for me, Cole's project is separate.
Exactly.
I'm gonna enjoy it just as such.
So your expectations of it, like what are your expectations of Cole, and then we'll go kind of around the room.
The finish on a Drake point though.
Oh, sorry, I thought you finished it. My bad.
I think the pressure, if anything, is between like him and himself, because like if the album like flops, then it's like, what you gonna do now, bro? Like,
yeah,
I think Drake from the beef, like if it does great, then it's like hooray. But if it like does like shit, then it's like, okay, well, the Kendrick in this, then that's gonna spark a whole new whatever.
Of course.
But as far as Cole, I mean, it's gonna be cool. I don't really have like no bad expectations for it. I mean, it's just last one. I think from the single that we just heard, like it was gonna be. I hope it's features though. I don't want his last one.
I don't want a double album and no features. I don't.
He's not the one for me with that one.
There was a rumor, and it was an interesting rumor. I heard on the Rory and Maul podcast. So take it with a grain of salt. But what they said was that the rumor was that they heard the album called The Fall Off was him featuring a lot of artists that quote unquote fell off. So he grabbed like Waka Flocka, he grabbed like Chief Keef, like he grabbed all these artists that like had great moments, and then like paired them, and that was the irony of The Fall Off is that none of them fell off. They just are who they are.
Listen,
I can't wait for that Ace Hood feature, dog. I swear.
I
to
was
God.
gonna say the Ace Hood feature, bro. Listen, if it happens, okay. But my whole thing is, I don't.
I don't like. The
I like
gimmick.
everyone in their own
Yeah.
lane. I don't need to hear a J. Cole Waka Flocka song.
Yeah.
I really don't.
No,
And
I hear you.
You can't gimmick for your last.
Yeah, I
Project.
agree,
If you've
and
been
that's
working
why
on
that's
10
why I don't
years,
think
too.
that's why I don't think it happened.
Yeah.
That's why I don't
No,
think it
I
happened.
don't
It's an
agree with that
interesting
at all.
theory.
But my expectation for this album, because there's another rumor too that it was supposed to drop earlier, but the issue is that he had Drake and Kendrick on it, which is very logical. And then everything happened, and so then he was like, I gotta just like not
Course
do that.
correct.
Like yeah.
I mean, that could be the case, and we might find out later. I still don't believe that. I think that he honestly has been so honed in on, because he's been pushing this album for so long, that he said he wants this to be his masterpiece. That he wants this to be his Mona Lisa. He wants this to be his, like, when you think of J. Cole, you think of this album.
Yeah.
And so to me, I could see it's almost like a Dr. Dre situation where
Yeah.
he hyped up Detox so much, and everything he released didn't hit the exact heights he wanted to, and he put additional pressure on himself. I think J. Cole spent time and said, I'm going to build this thing. I want to have my classic album. I want to have my one true, undeniable classic. And again, on the release, he said, I've been spending 10 years on this shit.
That's why, to me, it comes down to expectation. I want everybody's opinion around the room before we move on from this part of it. My expectation is it has to be album of the year. I talked about at the front of this podcast how loaded this class is, but if you worked on this bitch for 10 years, if you are J. Cole, the talented MC, if you drop that amazing song that you just dropped with the visuals and everything, if you do all of that, your floor is album of the year. And I'm sorry, that doesn't mean that if you don't reach what my opinion of the album should be, it doesn't mean that I can hate it. I can still like the album, but my expectation is that this album, whatever year was supposed to drop, should be album of the year because of the time, preparation, dedication you have put into this versus every other artist. We talk about Iceman. Iceman is a reaction to 2024. GNX is a reaction to 2024. You look at all these other albums that we've gotten from the big artists recently, and all of them are within the span of window of creativity. Even if you want to go all the way back to Mr. Morale, 5 years. Okay, cool. J. Cole doubled that.
It was supposed to be a rock album originally,
and
that changed because of COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care the reasons, but like the reasons are the fact is you spent 5 years on this album that you gave us. J. Cole spent 10 on this one. I don't care what year it's supposed to drop. This should be album of the year. That is the absolute floor. Anything under that is a disappointment. Now, can you like a disappointing album? Sure. Like, there's a lot of albums that I like that don't necessarily reach the level. Mr. Morale included is an album that I like, but also at the same time, after 5 years,
Has its flaws.
I would have liked a better album than that. Like, I think that with J. Cole in this moment that you built for your entire career, your entire legacy, you are going to retire off of this album. This is it for you. This is your mic drop. It's over. You have to
be your Black album.
Yes, you have to deliver an absolute classic. You have to deliver a great album. That's where I'm at with it.
I just want to throw in too is like the thing with outside of the fucking dumpster fire that was Might Delete Later. I mean, I've never been unsatisfied with the J. Cole project. I mean, I wasn't crazy about For Your Eyes Only, but like outside of that, like every other, like J. Cole, I think what we have on this show is that he's the one consensus artist that everyone pretty much agrees, pretty much delivers every time. Like, I mean, I feel free to contest me, but like, you know, like say like Jalen and Birdie aren't like fans of To Pimp a Butterfly in Kendrick's case, or like, you know, some of us don't like For All the Dogs or whatever. But J. Cole, Might Delete Later kind of doesn't count because it was I don't know what the fuck he was doing there.
Get it.
But like, as far as albums go, I mean, KOD, I guess some people, I love KOD.
J. Cole is like comfort food.
Yeah, it's like, it's
You
always.
know what you're going to get. You're going
I-
to get some highs, you're going to get some mids, but just always going to be consistently.
Yeah, I mean, anyone
good.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a pretty valid point, is that everybody on this pod is pretty much always pretty good. No one can really point out like a terrible J. Cole album. You
Well,
know?
it goes back to the whole thing of Go ahead, but it goes back.
I want to hear that.
It
Well,
does.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I think. But I mean,
It does go
correct me if
back
I'm
to the
wrong.
whole thing of J. Cole is that guy that just doesn't rock the boat. You know, like he just like he's good, but he doesn't really rock the boat a lot.
What's the questionable album for you?
It was always KOD for me.
See, I know that one was but it's still not. I don't think that anyone would put it in the category of a bad album at the same time.
I think. Actually, I just want to hear more about your opinion on KOD. That's what I want to hear.
I don't know. It's just like J. Cole was trying to do some new age shit. I wasn't really feeling it for real. Like you trying to keep up with the times or something. Maybe I just.
Yeah, I guess it feels like Unc walking in the room being like, "So what the kids doing nowadays?"
Yeah, I
No,
wasn't rocking with them.
I can feel that for sure.
That
I mean,
what Platte just said was, yeah, it was him trying to rock the boat a little bit, and that didn't work in his case, though.
Yeah, that was the only time I feel like he really tried to rock the boat too. Like I think the rest of his albums are pretty much like
it was still pretty safe.
It's a J. Cole album. Yeah,
And it was still a safe way for J. Cole to go, but he
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
rocked the boat in his own way.
Yeah,
and a lot of people didn't like it.
What expectations do you have for this album this year?
It's like y'all already touched it, man. I think it's going to be exactly what we expected. I think it's going to be fire. I don't think it's going to be album of the year. Maybe nomination, but I don't know about album of the year.
Okay.
It's too early to say.
It's very early. It's
I think-
very early to say.
I just think that's a fair baseline to put based off of the, like you said, the hype that he put into this, the time that he put into this. I think it's fair to hold him to that standard because, like it or not, he's holding himself to that standard. So I think it's fair if you tell me that you're the best podcaster on planet Earth. I'm expecting you to be a great podcaster, and I don't think that's out of bounds. Like it comes down to if you set the expectation there, then fine. I will more than likely hold you accountable. Jay Leno, you good?
Yeah, bro.
What?
Y'all funny, man.
What's
What we do?
what's the yeah?
Speak on it, bro.
Speak on it.
This is a podcast. You got to speak on some shit.
I don't think it's gonna be like even close to like album of the year, bro. I don't.
But is it fair to hold him to that expectation if he's putting that expectation out there himself?
No.
No?
So tell us what you.
Why?
I mean, like, does he doesn't have many. To me, he has one bad, maybe like iffy project, and like it's KOD for me. I didn't really. That wasn't my speed for real with Cole.
Yeah.
But I don't think like he's not an arrogant. He's arrogant, but like it's more so confidence, more I guess. Like to an extent. So like he can say it's gonna like I've been 10 years working on this album, whatever. I don't think it's going to be like the best album of the year because it's early. It's real early. It's super early. Maybe like top 5, top 3, but like even if it's not, it still may be the best like overall project. It's kind of like a little weird to say, but like whole like album, maybe from top to bottom, no, but like people still may probably push it more than other albums.
I think
Well, yeah,
I think the
'cause of the
expectation
status
should not
that he
be
is.
album of the
Cole.
year. It may be the best J. Cole project.
yeah, that's. I think
I
that's a
don't-
more realistic way to look at it.
I
is
think-
like
I
best
think
project.
that any
I
of the
think
year
2026.
the big 3 drop, I hold them all to that standard because I think they are. I think if you look at the history of rap, in my opinion, the last 10 years, I would say almost every year one of the big 3 had the best album that year, in my opinion.
But I also think that
Come
we
on,
don't.
bro. Okay, no.
But
See,
Wait, hold up. Say that again.
no.
I'm gonna let them
so
handle this.
what I'm saying, yeah,
Not even my Drake bias right now, but that's just not true.
you don't think you
What was
don't.
the take?
So my take is, and I'm freestyling here. I'd have to look back at what my best albums were each year, but I feel like the majority of the last like 10, 11 years, whatever you want to say, of the big 3, they probably always had an album of the year for me.
That's just I don't
Because I think the years you look at the years Drake delivered, you look at the years Kendrick delivered, you looked at the years Cole delivered. I think that in most cases that they covered
if we
the
go
span
in
of the
last
year.
10, that's just not right. Now, if you want to go like last 15 or like 16, like that's a lot. But like last 10, that's
Well, yeah.
just not right whatsoever.
And I also think
Because Mr. Morale came
15.
out in the last 10 years.
Okay, yeah, and that
Drake,
wasn't the
and
best
Drake,
album that
Drake
year.
didn't have Drake's best work in the last 10 years.
2022 is one of the years that I wouldn't say that. I think Mr. Morale was the best album that year, but if you want to argue it, I ain't mad at it at all.
Well, my point would be is that 2023 was for all the dogs, and was that album of the year for you?
Hell no.
Hell
No.
no.
Hell no. Even from Drake fans, they would say that's not the album of the year.
I get where you're going, but like,
Yeah, I guess
if
if I am working it out, yeah, those are 2 years that I would definitely point out.
Because I think that ultimately the thing
okay.
is, like,
that might be wrong.
I don't think Cole needs to focus on everybody else. Cole needs to focus on he's focusing on himself. He wants to have his best work. We don't know who might drop this year.
Right.
We might get a Jay-Z verse. We might get a fucking Tupac unreleased out. Like, no one knows. I just think that I'm joking here, but seriously, I don't think that his goal for him, and J. Cole kind of proved that in the way that he handled himself when all the heat was on. J. Cole is focused on J. Cole. He spent all this time in the lab. J. Cole wants to have his best album that he's ever dropped.
Right.
He doesn't give a fuck about
No,
anybody else.
I know he doesn't, but I think it's fair. I think it's fair if one of the greatest artists of the last 15 years worked on now for 10 years.
It should be in contention for Grammy.
I think the expectation should be that
If it's not in contention for a Grammy, then that's probably going to be like, I know Grammys aren't the end all be all.
It's J. Cole.
but
They're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him. But I'm
Even
saying,
if
like,
it's not good,
if he's not being considered for like one of them top 10 lists or whatever, yeah, sure, whatever.
It's his last album.
But I don't think that he's focused on, like, I'm going to drop the best album of the year. Cole is trying to say, I want to drop the piece of work that I truly stand behind as this is me.
Last time he got into some beef, like when he focused on himself and don't put his 2 cents in shit, he's cool.
Ride his bike.
We see he can't handle.
City bikes.
We see he can't handle the
You've
whole
seen that
beef
car
and
wash too.
shit,
He
like,
tried to flex that he has a car now. He tried to flex.
he don't-
Guys,
Yo,
you know how
you
to
bu-
drive.
that's that Charlamagne shit where he's like, oh, J. Cole got a car?
My only like thing is like the main thing I'm thinking when it comes to this J. Cole album is I don't want to hear not one single bullshit track. Like no we're not. I don't want you to fucking start experimenting now. No, we had that. You had your chance. Like,
Well, not only experimenting, I don't want to hear one track about you saying I'm the best that ever
Paul.
did.
Pause. We're gonna get to that. That is a great conversation. We're gonna
no
get
boners
to
in
that.
math class
We are going to get to that.
Let's get
Before
to track 2 disc 2 soon.
Before we do, can I just say one problem?
Wrap it up.
And if anybody wants to chime in on this thought, feel free to critique me. I'm very excited. I think the rollout has been executed well so far. When you talk about the trailer with the snippet, and then you talk about the single that was great visually, that got people talking, that then also teased the snippet. You have the vinyls ready, so that first week numbers are gonna boom because of pure sales. You got everything lined up. The one thing you did was pick Super Bowl Friday. And if we know what we know as of right now, that is a terrible decision because you are not performing at the Super Bowl. So you are automatically
that we know of.
who is?
Stop it. He don't got a song with Bad Bunny. It doesn't matter.
Now on his album.
And there goes the bullshit track I was talking about.
Let's go.
J. Cole waits till this album to start speaking fucking Spanish, dog. Exactly.
go.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I mean.
Whatever happens.
The second album's Spanish, but no.
Now we know why it's a double album.
Which, by the way, I was right. I was right on
My
that.
boy dropping L fall off. Like, no, bro, I'm good.
L fall off. It's crazy.
I'm sick. No.
But what I'm saying is this. So you are automatically, the week of Super Bowl, you are automatically not the most popular artist. You're just not. Because you're not performing at the Super Bowl. You're not the most popular artist that week. So you're already 10 years. Again, 10 years, he had any week to pick within this 10-year window. And he chose the Super Bowl weekend when he's not performing.
That we know of.
That we know of. Then what happens the very next weekend after the Super Bowl? It's already been announced. Bruno Mars. I'm sorry, but that's going to have a lot of push. That album is probably going to be bigger than yours. So you have already just taken your music real estate and just absolutely fucking punted it to the moon. That is a terrible decision, in my opinion.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if we see him at the Super Bowl because, again, you guys are always – you focus on, like, the most recent ones where they had, like, okay, SZA had songs with Kendrick. Remember, we had that Super Bowl where we had, which was a terrible halftime show, but we had Big Boy, Travis Scott, and they were performing as second acts to who? Fucking Maroon 5, where they do not have songs together. It's not uncommon in the Super Bowl to have a featured artist, or Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars, who don't have any songs together. It's not uncommon for the Super Bowl to have some guests that are not related to the artist, and this would actually make the most sense to have someone, after all of the backlash of Bad Bunny from outside, to have a guest feature, because there's always a guest on the Super Bowl, someone who is not related.
Let's put a bet on that. All I'm saying is this.
You're good.
All I'm saying is that's a valid point. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I think there's.
I do want to just say this. I think that if you're punting Super Bowl week, you're losing to Bad Bunny, you're losing to Bruno. You automatically
David Sataramar's Photos is going to be the number one album.
Bro, fucking Beethoven could drop tomorrow and they wouldn't have the same numbers as either Bad Bunny or Bruno Mars. Like, that's just like how fucking.
So you automatically put yourself third. Some things are poetic justice.
I don't think so. Because again, you see a bump. Do you think that David Tabarma's Photos is going to be the number one album in the country the week after the Super Bowl?
I think either that or what he drops.
Not everyone drops
and
right
Bruno
before the
doesn't
Super Bowl.
really,
Remember that.
Yeah,
Bruno
I know.
doesn't matter if it's a week later because it's just the first week. That's really all that matters.
Bruno Mars already added a second tour date in Detroit. Bruno Mars like, this tour about to make me all the money I need.
Yep.
But
that album is gonna fucking go.
Now I think
the single didn't go.
Whether you like it or not, that album's gonna go.
I mean, I'm saying the single did not go that hard.
I
musically, yes, but statistically, it's doing well.
I thought
chart
it was
that high on Billboard.
It's reminiscent of Silk Sonic shit. But no, the thing that I think should be pointed out is that J. Cole's also the only one that has never been offered the Super Bowl ever out of the big three. I think he honestly, I don't think so. I like the theory. I don't think he's gonna end up coming out, but Drake has been offered it multiple times and turned it down. I turned it down. And then fucking Kendrick has twice technically, because he was on the Dr. Dre one too for a moment.
Oh boy, would I?
Yeah, but so like, I'm just saying is
that was his response to the Super Bowl. Oh boy, would I? Gee golly, gee Whittakers.
but yeah, fucking. I'm just saying. I think it's worth pointing out that J. Cole is the only one that has never even been offered, and the fact that Jay-Z curates it and knows that this is also. I mean, he's very aware of J. Cole, who is signed to who?
Who was signed to Jay-Z?
Or
also mentioned Jay-Z in
this song.
In this song,
No, that's a little theory on the internet. We could talk about that. That could translate to the tough talk stuff.
Wouldn't be surprising.
You said about the tough talk. I don't want to hear it.
Let's dive into the track.
We should spend a minute on the track before we get to the tough talk part. I thought it was an absolute just phenomenal performance from MC wise, like the way he was able to tell that story in reverse, use the same rhyme scheme, not make it boring, the visuals matching. Even just the little things of like when he's telling a story in reverse and he's getting to the point of talk about marriage, he says do I, like as in I do reverse. Like his word placement while keeping the rhyme scheme, while keeping the visuals, everything was so meticulous and well thought out. He did have a bar in there that did mention some tough talk.
Yep, he did.
But
again, it's everything in reverse. And also, I'm gonna have my Unk moment real quick. Who are we going to shout out for that?
Nas. Rewind.
Shout out Nas for Rewind, because that set that standard.
That was his version of it.
And it was great because when you go back and listen to Rewind, I listened to Rewind right after that, and I forgot how layered it was with Nas actually speaking those words in reverse and how they actually fit so well into the rhyme scheme. And J. Cole didn't do it all the time, but J. Cole did bring that in, like the do I.
Yeah.
I thought that was, again, very clever nod to Nas, who he's already said, like, hey, outside of Jay-Z, Nas was always what was that song after a workout? Let Nas down.
Do you think he's got to apologize to Nas again for what happened in 2024?
What happened in 2024 with him and Nas?
No,
No,
just
he's talking about the beef.
battle.
Oh no.
You think he's got to apologize to Nas for that?
Also, that's
That's
you know
romance
what? I want
shit.
to crack this can of. What do you? All right. What's your tough talk point here?
So he made the one bar of like, oh, I'm here for rewind 60 years and I'm ready for whoever want to flirt with death, something like that.
Talk about him being the greatest.
Yeah, just a bar about him talking to be the greatest. And what I want to say is this: is that can he tough talk on the album? And my answer is absolutely yes, because I've contextualized what it is. I'm looking at this J. Cole album for one thing and one thing only: how good of a rap performance it is. Because I think that you are objectively, from a technical perspective, one of the best MCs on the planet. And I think that's a very, very, like, cold take. Like, I don't think anybody here is going to argue that from a pure technical standpoint, J. Cole is not one of them ones. We saw when the moment came to friction about, like, stepping into the plate, and it doesn't it disqualifies it, but it's not in a sense. I can look at this album. Let's say this album is the best album of the year. Let's say it's a classic. Let's say it's the greatest hip hop album ever. That to me still doesn't change how I view him all time because of his actions and how he handled 2024. So to me, I look at it as I can separate his all-time ranking versus this album's performance. So he can tough talk all he wants. I'm going to always take it with a grain of salt. Like, I'm not saying he can't do it. Like, if he does it, am I going to turn the song off? Fuck no. We all just sat here and said this song was great. And he tough talked in this song. He's subliminal Jay-Z. And he had a bar.
A bar.
It wasn't the most aggressive.
We'll come back to that.
Ever say he's good again?
But then, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna talk shit.
Yes, you agree.
No, yeah,
Jalen,
I'm saying.
what you got to say, brother?
He can talk. He can talk whatever shit. I've contextualized it as I'm just looking at it from an MC performance. If you can put together those words in a cool way, cool for this album, good. That's fine. But all-time legacy, like, it doesn't matter if this is the greatest fucking album ever. He is not putting himself in the Drake conversation. He's not putting himself in the Kendrick conversation. He is where he is all time.
Such a liar.
How am I lying?
I need to hear this man's.
How am I lying? I'm on
Okay,
tape.
this man's
I'm on tape right now.
Okay, first.
I'm on tape right
given
now.
He said some shit that might not have been true. Rappers all do that shit, right?
Yeah.
Kendrick said a lot of shit about Drake in them diss songs or whatever, right? Drake did too. That might not have been true, right?
Everything Kendrick said was true.
But you still be, but you still, you still play him like nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
Cole backed out, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I don't believe in all that Twitter, Instagram shit.
It's not real.
People are going
Exactly.
to play it. J. Cole can have 100 bars about him being the greatest rapper out. People gonna eat that shit up.
The thing,
I don't think
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
But I don't think he can't say that though. Why can't he say that anymore though?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't.
I just said it takes him out of the conversation.
You just did though.
No, it takes him out of that all-time conversation, but it doesn't mean he can't say those words in a rap.
How does
He can say the.
How does it
he
take
can
him
say
out,
the,
though?
K word, but don't mean it's a good idea.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question.
how does it take him out?
Do you still look at It's just like with Young Thug, you still look at him as like a street nigga after we done heard the interrogations and everything. Like
And
you
he
still
said, "Fuck
look
the
at
streets."
him the same way you did before.
More so probably for Gunna instead of Thug. I would say Gunna more so than Thug for real. Cause I know like we was in middle school and I knew Thug killed somebody quote unquote in middle school off what he said in songs and shit like that. So I don't.
Allegedly.
I get what you're. I
Allegedly.
get what you're saying.
I get it though, but I don't.
The views the views by the Rap Cave podcast individuals do not reflect the views of the entire Rap Cave podcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Great.
Fuck that.
I also, but
Great plug.
but
Fantastic plug.
I challenge you. I challenge you to find me one fucking rapper that at some point does not mention that he is the best to ever fucking do it.
Exactly.
That's everybody. So it's like that's not. It's inevitable.
If we-
And
right.
it's part of hip hop. So at the end of the day, when it comes to if tough talk changes anything, that's
I think people was pointing it out more so because he said some line like flirting with death, like talking about if he got into it with another rapper, like you in for some shit. But that's where it's like it kind of like I could see. If you don't want him to say shit like that, that's different than saying that I am the greatest rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because
I get that point.
I think there's parallels though. Also at the same time, I think because you have one lane that the beef absolutely has no fucking matter to, and at that point J. Cole's in the conversation. Then you have that with the of course, like the sport of hip hop, it takes over a couple of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to be great at storytelling. If you want to be the best, you have to check.
If you in the NBA, you got to believe you're the best, no matter if you not.
That objectively still does not. If J. Cole drops the greatest hip hop song of all time on this album, and you put it next to, that doesn't change the fact of how good of a rapper he is. I don't because in my opinion, the greatest of all time is. Look, if you're the best high forklift driver in the fucking world, is this guy better because all forklift drivers should know how to do it with their left hand, and this guy can do, but this guy can't, but he still drives it better. You know what I mean? Like that's a crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think J. Cole's album performance wise, I think it can hurt his career, but I don't think it can improve his career. I really don't. I think where he's at right now, the people that love Cole love Cole. That if he flops this album, then he'll lose some people. If he knocks this album out the fucking park, I think it still doesn't change how people view him. So that's why, to me, he could talk whatever he wants.
Well, wait, real quick though.
Twitter?
I think a separate thing here. You guys keep bringing up this song. In this song, I think that the thing that we're missing about the way he talked is he said, shout or look back, because this whole song's of him in reverse. This isn't, look back to 2024. This is him looking back to when he first started. Anybody, if you're going to be in the NBA, NFL, any sports league, no matter what you do, you're going to say, I'm the best that you have the mentality to be good at something. You're going to be the best. Right. You may not be LeBron. You may be fucking, Boobie Klinsman or whatever, but you still going to have that.
That is
but what I'm saying is, though,
I don't even know who that is, bro.
That's why I'm like, wow.
But here's the thing, though. But let me say this much, though. Do you think at some point in his mind, he didn't think, I'm going to be the best? Like, that's the drive you need to be amazing. Right. So when J. Cole said that in that line, he said, shout out back, 16 years? He's talking about when he first started, he had that same drive in his head that I'm going to be the best MC. I'm okay with that's why I love this track for Rewind. He's not saying I'm the best right now. He's saying I start off like anybody else who's hungry in the game. I start off thinking I'm going to be the best.
And I agree.
Period.
I agree with Bryce on that one.
I think that's a fair point.
I was just saying though that's what people was pointing out.
Right.
But the thing is, I think that's different with Cole, and what I think how he went out affects his career more than anybody just losing a rap beef. It's just him like deleting the song and apologize like that. Just you can't do that.
Your home floor.
Yeah, it's like you can't do that.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
In this sport, like that's just unheard of. Like
yes.
So that will always blemish his career somewhat. That does not make him any less of a great rapper than he already is. But there is certain lines that's just not gonna hit the same if he does say it.
And that's kind of why I brought up like the parallel. It's like there's two worlds that are kind of living side by side where that matters or it doesn't. You know what I mean? Because. And I get that because he did handle it very weird. He could have just not said anything.
That's my point. And
he should delete later because the whole album's.
I feel like if he
really
wanted to take it on the chin, he should have just left the song up, let Kendrick drop his diss, and not said nothing after that. If it really was, if he really want to take it on the chin,
I would say, or just say, you know what he did, say,
take your best shot,
keep the song up there, say what he said at Dreamville, and say, you know what, I feel like it was corny, I don't like it, but still keep the song up there. When you delete it, it gives a whole nother thing.
And it's to me, his girl's house with flowers and chocolates, like
and to me, it's kind of like
and she cheated. Yeah, and she don't.
My whole thing about it is like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I can watch somebody in a rec league or like right on the court, any basketball court, because I'm doing a lot of sports analogy here, but it's also the fall off. That's kind of what he is building on. I could watch somebody sit here and make 3,000 shots in a row. and I'm like, okay, this motherfucker can shoot. But do I think that they're better than Steph Curry? No, because I want to see you do it live. J. Cole may drop an album. It's great. I believe you. I believe that you are great at your craft. I don't want to say, have you standing up there, though, in this same scenario, watching you drop 3,000 straight no misses on a fucking pickup court and say you better than Steph Curry until I see you take on Steph.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean,
fair.
hip-hop's a
That's
sport.
Fair way to put it. Exactly. It is a sport, and that's why, again, parallels. Depends. It really is how you look at which side, what part of that matters to whoever more. I do think that the average listener really doesn't give a fuck at the end of the day about that, but I get it. In the
It's us. It's us who talk about this, not the average listener.
Yeah. We are more likely to bring it up than fucking
Twitter.
whoever and Twitter rather than whomever driving in their car listening to 2014 Force.
That's why I think the way I'm looking at it is fair, is that I'm looking at it from just a pure rap performance, and that is it. So whatever you say in your raps, as long as you say it in a way that is masterfully done, I'm always going to take it with a grain of salt when it comes to tough talk, because we've seen you in that moment and we've seen how you handled that. So to me, I just feel like, honestly, as a Cole fan, I think a great album doesn't really change how I feel about J. Cole.
So
like,
you actually have your rankings for your albums and everything. Would a 10 out of 10 classic album, and I know you don't have it up in front of you, but would that move? Because I do think that it would. I don't want to say in terms of right now, but I do think legacy wise, when we look back, I do think having that classic album that universal, this is it, could move him up in comparison to when we talked about before, the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. Are you a first ballot or not?
Yeah.
I think that could potentially move him into that different conversation.
See, I don't. I mean, look, I think that if he drops the perfect album, I think he's still maybe he moves up a spot. To me, he's kind of just been positioned where he is. It's not just because of 2024. It's really just who he is in the pantheon, the class that I put him in. I don't really see a world in which he drastically changes the way that the class that he's in. I look at the class above him. The class above him, for example, in my opinion, is Nas, Eminem, Wayne, no particular order. I just don't see him getting in that, in my opinion. I don't see Cole getting in that, in my opinion.
Well, okay, so my question is, I think when I'm looking at broad strokes, we talk about hip hop and him and Nas, that's a whole other thing.
Bro, what's your beef?
Did Nas fuck one of your girls or something?
Nas let me down.
J. Cole has better albums than Nas. Outside of Illmatic, you can argue that J. Cole has a better discography than Nas does. Until you get to until you always say,
can.
Until you get to
I think I actually have J. Cole's album discography as better than Nas.
Until you get to the
I
Hit
think
Boy
Nas
and
is a
the
better
Magic
performer.
shit, outside of Illmatic, J. Cole has better albums than him.
No,
through and through.
I don't disagree with that.
So how
I don't
is-
disagree
so
with
how
that.
is
But
he
the
be-
total
so how is-
package, I think Nas is better.
How does that make sense?
Total package as in what though?
As in everything, I think Nas is to me, he's a slightly better writer. Obviously, the influence that he had, I think that him, from a pure technical rapping perspective, I think he's better. I think he's one of the people that you can argue is better than Cole. I think that, and again, these are not big margins, but
I don't see
that's a reach.
I don't see no drastic difference in they rapping skills. You know what I'm saying? I think they just rap very, very, very great. They're both very great rappers. It's not Nas is just blowing him out the water.
I didn't say
or
that,
the
though.
Other way around. That's what I'm saying.
when I say one is better than the other, I just don't I don't think I
I've never
think
seen
you're
a rapper
splitting.
age like Nas.
You're splitting
put it in
hairs. You're splitting hairs between when you talk about the pantheons, you're splitting hairs. That's
Exactly.
Also, I'm
So
I'm
but
gonna say it
then,
again.
but when you get to the catalog though, it's almost not even a.
Feature-wise, he killing him.
It's not really a question
feature wise, yeah.
Feature wise, but I can't put on my
singles,
because that's the whole.
hits
That's I love an artist that can deliver a great feature, but I need you to carry. This is my problem with the whole. When we talk about Andre 3000, I love him. I think he's one of them MCs. But I would love to have seen him carry a full couple of songs on an album by himself.
Yeah, that's the age-old me and Verdi discussion for real. But the thing that I
Taking
feel
it
like
back.
the thing I feel like we do forget about Nas is that, like you said, the class like Eminem, Wayne, and Nas, when like Nas wasn't really doing shit in the 2000s. I mean, he had albums, but like it's not his best work was in the 90s.
Name
and,
me,
like,
name me,
2017 onward.
name me 5 hit songs that Nas has that's not off Illmatic that everyone knows. Name me 5 hit.
I know Nas is like.
Name me 5 hit songs that he has. I'll give you one. You could do "Hate Me Now." What else? Give me 4 more. One mic. Give me 3
one
more.
mic. You got Ether.
Ether's big because of the moment.
Okay.
Because that's the beat.
'Cause the moment.
So I will say I agree with you on this point though about Nas.
5 Rule the
and,
World.
Like
Daughters.
To me, Stillmatic. Actually, Stillmatic was
That's the only
Daughters
other-
was a fucking fire
I hear
track.
you.
That's the only other
Illmatic
album
and
I kind
Stillmatic.
of put.
That's the only ones I give it to there, but
Right.
I still think Cole has better albums overall.
Yeah, no,
His
I
catalog
didn't
is
say
better
that.
than
So
I
like,
didn't
how
say
is
that.
he? This is not even a Nas debate, but like, how
Yeah.
is he better though if Cole's catalog?
Because
is
I
better?
think the
Cole's catalog
reasons,
is
the
smaller.
reasons I stated. No,
It's
it's
not-
not
not
small.
Not by much.
No, it's not
Nas
small.
got like 50 freaking albums, and he only got like the percentage of them being great is very slim.
Yeah,
Nas has
but-
been
but-
like a
but-
heater all his
but-
last
but-
recent albums.
Hey,
But I
just
stated why.
As I've said in the past, it's the Eminem debate is the more bullshit albums you drop,
It weighs down.
the law of averages says that you are overall.
It's happening to Kanye right now.
Hurting your numbers.
Nah, these new Kanye ones don't count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna throw that out there.
I don't
son.
know who that
if
is,
y'all
but
can,
it
if
ain't-
y'all
it
can do
ain't
that,
good.
I'm gonna do that too. These last ones
yeah,
don't
'cause
count.
rappers, they
Fuck
just
it.
love
That's
Kanye
Ye.
and-
All right,
That don't count.
Then
Yeah,
the
that's-
mid
yeah,
Nas albums in the mid
Yeah.
don't count either.
Yeah.
We only count his first one and all the shit.
about 10, you gotta disclaim then.
What are the 10? What are the 10?
Anything after like Illmatic,
That's
bro,
how forgettable
Well,
they are.
Stillmatic.
He can't even name it.
Stillmatic.
He said, "Remind me."
Because let me tell you, name
That
a
album you could listen to front to
I
back.
like.
Name
it
a
was
rapper
written-
got
who's
you
had
good,
It was
that's
written
on
was
that
cool.
album.
I don't like. Stillmatic was okay.
name a rapper who's got more longevity and consistency than like I love Jay. And Jay dropped 444, which was fucking phenomenal. But let's be honest,
Shout out.
Nas has consistently dropped nothing but good ass albums for these past couple of years. The
right.
King's Disease
and
album,
Let's not
fire.
have a Nas conversation.
Bro,
Yeah.
them shits is
And what's the
Forget
problem? Hip hop,
Them
yo,
shits
hip hop only been
forgettable.
around for 50 some odd years.
Also,
Them shits
So the
for-
fact that you have consistency in multiple decades tells me you one of them
So
ones.
does LL
Hey,
Cool
listen.
J.
J. Cole
No, he
spent his
doesn't.
whole career apologizing to Nas. How is J. Cole better than Nas?
That's like me.
He spent his whole career apologizing to him.
But think about it, that's like me having an album that drops 95, right? I don't drop a great album
year.
until 2011. What are we in between that? I have albums that are dropping, but like they're not memorable albums.
I want you to count on how many hands, how many rappers in this game have
like
actually
Godson.
had multiple classic albums.
Jay-Z, Kanye West.
Hold on.
That's a real.
You about to say King's Disease is a
You gonna say-
classic?
you gonna say
That
V.
series, yeah.
Fuck out of here, bro. What is he talking about?
Why is it the series?
that-
I'll
would
say
even
They're not. They're
it's
really
not-
good. They're
it's
good.
not bad.
They're
but
good. They're
forget
good
about
albums.
it.
but
You don't have to call it
classic
classic. Say really good. How many
that's
rappers
fine.
have multiple decades with really good albums?
Yay,
You said
Wayne, Jay,
Eminem.
J.
M.
Cole.
Cole, Drake.
Kendrick.
Nigga, you about to lose your
Fuck.
you losing the thread on that one.
I'm saying though, Nas got one classic album.
I'd say at least 2.
Man,
And what's
listen.
J. Cole? Is you call,
What's the second one you putting though?
I mean, like I said,
You said it was written.
it was written as
I'll
actually.
give you that over
I'm a
Stillmatic.
but so
I like
would say it
Stillmatic
was
more
written
than
as
it's
his
written.
Classic. I like Stillmatic, and Stillmatic had hits on it still.
Yeah,
and,
Stillmatic
so
had
you know- and
Ether.
again, J.
Ether
Cole got
Rewind.
14 Forest
So
Hills
that
Rise. I don't
was-
even think
that
that's a
was
classic.
My
I don't think 2014 Forest Hills Drive is a classic.
Oh well,
It's a classic.
I think it's
You-
very.
you
I mean, it's
might
like,
call one out.
listen,
Wow.
I think it's very
Talk
good.
about it here,
It's a
bro.
top
I bet you
hip-hop
one
album
day.
of all
All
time, in my
I
opinion.
said was I was
That's crazy.
explaining my
I'm
list.
gonna put it to you like this: when they do the Wikipedia like wrap up of like hip hop, I don't think that album is mentioned.
Listen,
What's a
first,
better J. Cole
first
album?
things, first things first. Rest in peace,
That
Uncle
broke
Phil.
ass website.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
You made it a hotline.
That line right there hold more weight than the whole King's disease.
Bro,
What about
Period.
Jada Willow?
Period.
What about
How about
Jada
this?
Willow?
That line is more notable than any song on any of them albums and anything Nas has dropped in the
But
last
does-
15
how about
years.
But does
How
the
about
Jada
this,
and the
though?
Willow have canceled that out?
Period.
How about this?
What songs
on.
off King Disease is even fucking notable? Like that everybody has universal.
Unfortunately, I
Nothing.
can't even name a single song. But
Nothing.
But no, how about this? My mom.
All we know is King's disease.
I'm on the phone with my mom the other day. She goes, "Oh yeah, I saw Chris put like a video on Facebook talking about J. Cole or what." She goes, "Is J. Cole that one guy that we listened to on the way back from Chicago? We were driving. I played her all in 2014 Forest Hills Drive. If my mom has enough, can notably remember this album and who it relates, who it is." My mom be listening to T.I. and shit. She don't even know who the fuck he is.
Also,
Like,
shout out Ms. Adams real quick.
yeah, I mean, shout out my mom. Yeah, my
Big
mom's
apple.
got her ear to the streets for real. But
She part of these
that's what I'm
streets.
saying. That's how, like, my mom doesn't know who Nas is. Definitely not.
I need her to power rank the Godson track list.
She,
No, I'm playing.
she gotta
But,
give her big three.
okay, let's get off the J. Cole. We'll transition
Yeah.
to Rocky.
Speaking of albums
but
of the year,
the one thing, the one thing I do
Don't
want to
be
mention.
dumb.
don't be dumb.
That was fine. That's a clip for sure.
It's funny because I never thought of it like sassy like that neither. It's got don't be dumb.
That's definitely some New York shit. For
The
sure.
one
for
thing,
sure.
the one thing J. Cole can do to, in my opinion, redeem this rollout, like in terms of the time that he picked the rollout. I think the rollout itself is good. But again, my issue was the date with Bruno, Bad Bunny, everything going on. You're just setting yourself up to be third. Poetic justice, I guess. But I think that the one thing he could do is he could drop that one song that gets everybody talking Grammy night. Well, Kendrick's up there getting them Grammys and whatever, blah, blah. If you drop that one song that just gets people talking and steals that night,
But that's
that
another
is the
night
one
everyone's
thing that is
distracted.
genius.
That's another night everyone's distracted, just as.
But
when it
J.
comes
Cole,
to-
as we've seen, will make noise whenever he makes a move.
I'm excited for the album. Either way,
Precisely,
I'm
which
excited
is
for the album.
why I don't think that even the Super Bowl shit, because what does he have to win at this point? Like, it's gonna do well, it's gonna do numbers, no matter fucking when he drops it, Super Bowl or not. And also, there's no way J. Cole is not meticulously calculating this. There's
for sure.
There's a reason behind it.
And shout out my guy Frosted, because he was the one that put me onto this idea, was that if he does something during the Grammys, I think that's a brilliant move, because that's when, again, you're gonna have, because if Kendrick is winning these awards, you're gonna have people talking. You're gonna have the people champion. You're gonna have the people champion Kendrick. Yeah, Kendrick should win every award, and then you're gonna have the people, man, fuck
Our
Kendrick.
Clips.
GNX sucks. Blah blah.
I
know. Clips can win. I'm not saying they won't win, but I'm saying that Kendrick will likely win awards with the Grammys, and what that will do is obviously reignite the conversation that Twitter's been having for fucking years. But if J. Cole comes out with that song where he is talking shit, I'm just saying it's going to drive people's reactions, because there are going to be people that say, you can't say that, you sat down, blah blah blah. You're gonna have the people that go, no, who cares? You're gonna that's such a moment for conversation that I think that is a one way, and that is a week before the Super Bowl. That is the one way you drop your lead single to your album. I mean, I guess this is technically the lead single, but you drop like the single, quote unquote.
This is a promotional
Yeah.
single more than anything.
Yeah.
who knows if it even makes it on the album? But if it is the lead single for the album, ballsy to have a lead single with no hook.
Yeah.
Honestly,
This
I
is
think
more of
it
a
is. I
promotion-
mean,
it's a promotional single.
But I think it's on the album if he's calling it this
it's
two
on the
track
album,
two.
but it's a promotional single.
How did we go from Cole to segue to ASAP Rocky back to Cole?
I was just getting this last point up out of here.
He had some shit to say.
Yeah. I had some shit to say. But ASAP Rocky, though. That's all. I just want to put that out there so that when it happens, I can come back and I can clip that shit.
yes. Now we're here for the real conversation.
Yes. Now let's get to the album that dropped. ASAP Rocky, Don't Be Dumb. We spent a lot of last week talking about the expectations of it, talking about what this album will be, all of that. What's everybody's overall thoughts? Whoever wants to take the floor.
I'm gonna go last because I'm the resident ASAP Rocky fan here.
Okay. Do we want to start with
everyone's stone face on this shit?
Do we want to start with hate or do we want to start with love?
I think that's fair.
That's what this podcast is for.
I'm gonna just say I fuck with the album. It was pretty cool. Wouldn't say it's an album to wait for, but it was still a pretty cool album. One thing I did fuck with is that he didn't like try and be overly creative, because you know he is like one of them people that try and be overly creative
And then it falls flat.
and then it go way left. But I think he kind of kept it like original for real.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like, and the production was pretty good. Like I said, the only song I really want to fuck with was that "Shut the Fuck Up" bullshit. That shit was kind of like that was off the wall. That was like one of them shits I'm talking about. Like you went way left with this. Don't do that.
My
shit.
brother even texted me. He's like, loved it, but could have done without Shut the Fuck Up.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. But and I love how he tapped back into the old chopped and screwed voice.
He did.
And shit.
Yeah, he had that like that. A couple of them little like Houston sample chops.
That breakdown of the song, was it "Stay for You" or "Stay Right Here"? Stay
something home. Stay. I know what you're talking about. It's like track.
The one after the Drake
with John Batiste.
Yeah. That one had the classic like Rocky moment. That was dope, man. That was a really dope moment. That was a really dope moment.
I mean, I agree with you. I think that you pretty much nailed the concept of the album. To me, it was if it wasn't an album that we had to wait for so long, I think it'd be like, all right, cool. I think that we had our expectations a little bit higher because I'm like, yo, bro, you could have dropped this album at any point. Why are we waiting for this? I thought it was a dope album. I thought it was a good listen. There were obviously some parts that were highs. There were parts that were lows, and then we had Shut the Fuck Up, which we don't need to talk about. I mean, I love the Brent Fies feature.
Oh yeah, Brent Fies.
Not John. It was Brent Fies.
Brent Fies. Yeah, I thought that was like
fire.
I mean, again, there are certain things I liked. I thought that the diss track, the Stole My Flow, fell flat. I don't think that needed to be on there. I think he was just responding to the moment. But overall, I thought it was a good project. I don't think it's gonna like. Will I be playing this? Like 5 years from now, top to bottom? Probably not. But I think for right now, for what we have, I think it's a good album. It wasn't masterpiece. It wasn't his masterpiece.
I think it's good for now. It was good for now.
Yeah. Zay, what are you feeling on the album?
I mean, y'all hit it on the head, bro. Yeah, personally, I liked it. That Shut the Fuck album, y'all, yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really got much on it. I mean, for now, I'm gonna keep listening to it. I'm trying to see if it has like real, authentic, like replay value to it. I mean, for now, we all listening to it.
Yeah.
It's a hype album, but I don't know how long it'll last.
It helped that nothing else came out really this week.
Yeah.
A couple singles.
Yeah, it's a fun album.
NBA YoungBoy dropped.
It's a really fun album just to listen
That's a big
to
deal.
and vibe out with. I
think
like the cover art of it. I'm mad that he changed the cover art because the one before was of like Parappa the Rapper. It was like a. It was like a play on the Parappa.
Yeah, but
Rapper.
well,
Tim Burton.
That was he did have Tim Burton. I'll wait for. Let everyone else go because I got a lot to say.
All right,
But-
Jay Leno.
Yeah, that's me on that.
It was cool.
You're particularly not a Rocky fan, right?
Rakim did his thing. It was cool.
Rakim Myers.
Rakim Myers, he did his thing. It was cool. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be the number one. I mean, it might because nothing else dropped. I don't think this week.
Right.
But
NBA YoungBoy though, he dropped.
They'll never give him that. They'll never get number one, bro.
NBA YoungBoy does have a number one.
I think you do with top.
I think like it's not. He don't got that many.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a good album. The features were kind of cool. I mean, I ain't really had no expectations for it. I mean,
You got a list of the features?
Yeah. I'll
shockingly
all right.
though,
got you right
it'll get some playback from me though this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
For the first month or two, at least.
The
It's
features
until
are
something else takes the place.
It's gonna be my
Yeah.
weekend album for
the,
sure.
the listed features are Brent Fayez, Sauce Walker, Slay Squad.
I just gonna say Sauce.
Gun.
Yep,
Lord
West Side Gun, Doechii,
For his little,
Will I Am,
Jessica
Josie,
Bragg.
Tyler the Creator.
I think it's so funny that motherfuckers just bring Westside Gun on just for the ad libs.
yeah, that's the easiest money ever, bro. That's
Just
the,
for the ad
It's
libs.
a cheat code. It's
That's-
a cheat code.
that's the easiest money ever. Oh, I just gotta show up and fucking make noises.
Oh, well, West Side Gun. Yeah, no, he got featured just for ad lib. But yeah, I was gonna say, I was thinking about this earlier. He really backed himself into a corner by having the best ad libs of all time. Is that now? That's not the first time he's done that. Other people
Oh,
have
yeah.
featured just his.
Bro,
ad-libs.
he was on some
man,
R&B
basically
album
just-
that I listened to. They
Yeah.
just had a West Side Gun interlude where he was like, "I want to fuck you in the bedroom."
He said, "You have a
the
chicken on a
motherfucker-
Thursday."
The motherfucker's just an NPC machine at this point.
Dog, he's fucking. Yeah, Ray, burgers on a Wednesday, bro.
That Doechii album, that Doechii song in there is fire though.
Robbery. Yeah, that
Yes.
one was cool.
That was,
I enjoyed
that
that
was a
one.
good song.
I thought it was solid out. Look, I think that to me, like, it's not holding a candle to his greatest albums, but again, I came in with that expectation that it wasn't. So
It's
I
better
wouldn't
than
say that.
testing.
Yeah, in my opinion, I agree with that. So for me, I'm not looking at this album as like, to me, it just kind of met expectations. It's cool. It was an enjoyable listen. I like to see, you know, what A$AP Rocky is on, like what he's thinking, the music direction he wants to take. It's always interesting to look at that. And then, you know, you gave me some songs that I liked. I liked the Drake diss song. I liked that one. I liked the Brent Fayez song. I liked the
About that? Why'd you like that one?
I just thought that was some of his best rapping on the album. I liked No Trespassing. I liked Air Force a lot. I liked that one a lot. That was a really
Black DeMarco.
yeah, that was a really good
It's
song.
so
yeah.
funny.
Shout out Mac.
That shit.
He
That
was
shit
like,
was
"That's my homie." I didn't even tell him I was naming the song that. That's what he said in an interview.
yeah. That was dope. So yeah, it had dope songs on it. Like you said, Bryce, like it's not something that I'm gonna run top to bottom. You know, anything past like the next week, but I am gonna sit with it for a week, see how it feels, see if it changes. But for now, I think this album, where I'm gonna play it, I didn't hate it. I didn't regret my time listening to it. I grabbed the songs that I like from it, move on, cool. But yeah, I think that's kind of where it's at. So before I ask my question, I want to get your kind of your like first thoughts of the album.
So again, as the resident A$AP Rocky fan, not that nobody else is, but like, you know, that's my dog. Off the rip, I mean, I don't even think it's a question. One listen is better than testing. I really don't think that's even up for debate. It's pretty cut and dry there. Overall, I really liked it. I did. It is not his best work. It's not those three, the trilogy. There's no
Crazy.
it's a situation where how do you ever beat that? It's just all three of those albums were so fucking good. It's so hard to try and match that in any way or get past it. So I kind of try and look at it. I'm trying to look at this more objectively in the sense of like, okay, as a standalone album, trying to take myself out of the fact that I've been listening to A$AP Rocky consistently for, you know, the past, what year is it? The past 15 years. You know what I mean? Since Live Love A$AP came out, I've been a fan. And I think that the things I do want to say about it, there's highlights. I think No Trespassing is a fucking banger.
I like that.
I like
a
the
lot.
intro a lot. I like the singles. I like Punk Rocky even more in the context of the album.
The
I do
intro
too.
to me was so like it wasn't
liked
terrible.
the-
It was just nothing. Like it was just like, all right, let's get to the next one.
I kind of actually liked the intro. I thought it kind of set the tone for the
I'll
album.
listen to it again. I might
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, there's moments. The Shut the Fuck Up song is, I don't really, he's like, that's like Tyler in his fucking ear trying to be all wonky and out there. And not that A$AP isn't good at that in a lot of ways, but the album, they did not help or add anything to the album at the end of the day. But you know what I did? Just because I've looked obviously pretty deep into a lot of this. So you have like, the thing with that song is that it's with this group called Slay Squad, who I've never heard of,
Yeah.
but apparently I'm pretty sure they're like a Harlem-based group. So like, you know how it goes when it comes to hometown and that kind of thing. What I really love about A$AP Rocky and what I give him so much credit for is one, he definitely took a fucking a page out of Clip's book. This is the next best rollout we've seen. He teased it at fucking whatever the festival was a couple of years ago. Like, he had the date fucking on his arm, didn't say anything about it. He has played the game.
He had this date?
He
had this date? Sorry, I
yeah,
didn't catch
he had
that.
the date for the album like months before, written on a jacket.
Oh, nice.
Like, and people just pick that apart. You know, he has. He's played into the fact of how long it took, which I really like. The fact that he's kind of had the humility about it. I got about halfway through the interview today that he did with the New York Times or whatever. One thing I like that he said, which I think is a good way to put it, is that to him, he's like, in my head, this is the music that 2012 A$AP Rocky would be making in 2026. I like the way that that's kind of stated, because I feel like that does kind of make sense to give it a little more clarity as to like how the direction goes and everything. Right. And also just the attention to detail. His videos are fucking top notch. Like,
always.
All of his visuals, everything. And he has Tim Burton involved. He did say in that interview too that Tim Burton's going to be doing Tim Burton directed the music video for Black DeMarco, which hasn't came out yet.
Yeah.
But Tim Burton actually directed that video. I mean, Rocky really is like, actually, he's not like fake art. Like, he's like talking about German expressionism and like
that's what he is.
That's like
a real art.
He's not it's authentically him at the end of the day, and that's what I do like. He's not trying something new and then it falling flat because it's like, oh, we could see through it that it's not you. Like, I think that it's very self-aware and it's very like it encapsulates A$AP Rocky as the artist pretty well as far as it goes. I think he did with this what he tried to do with testing that kind of fell flat.
So my question for you then is, given all the delays, given everything around it, because I think that you would have probably the best perspective on this, tell me, in terms of your expectations of when this album was announced to now, where does it land? Did it meet expectations? Is it better than expectations? Did you expect this to kind of flop? Do you expect it to be a masterpiece? Like, where does it stand to you as a true fan on those expectations?
He is an artist that I know I'm going to like it. I know I will. That does not mean that everybody's going to. That doesn't mean it's going to be a huge. I will probably have the most replay in this room of this album.
But again,
and that's what I mean. So my expectations were that I'm going to be satisfied with it. But as far as, I mean, it's not. Would I always love it to be the best thing he's ever dropped? Yeah, obviously. And would I say it is? Probably not. But I think that it satisfied me as an A$AP Rocky fan. It's very. I think that if you are an A$AP Rocky fan, you're not going to think it's bad, but it's not going to put more people onto A$AP
Which
Rocky.
is fine. Like I said, I just want to get your kind of opinion on it.
And I also, he did also in that interview touch on how, you know, this album has obviously been pushed back and da-da-da, like over and over.
Right.
And all the music on this album has been made in the past year. It's all brand new. Because he's had all these fucking problems. He actually, it's really good if anyone hasn't watched it, is he gets into talking about, like, how leaks happen and whatever. And so much of his shit got leaked. That's why they're calling him Snippet Man instead of Spider-Man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, because a lot of his shit got leaked. So at the same time, now that I know that information and know that it's relatively newer. But yeah, I mean, do I think it's a 10-year wait album or an 8-year, whatever it is? Probably not. But at the end of the day, I was just waiting for it whenever it was to happen.
And I think that's my viewpoint from it in terms of, like, I know the snippets happened. A lot of the snippets didn't impress me. A lot of the stuff that got leaked, some of the singles that were kind of the promotional singles before, didn't really impress me. So for me, I was anticipating it to be a complete 180 from testing. And then with the delay, my anticipation actually kind of dropped. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to get disappointed by this album. So I'm kind of pleasantly surprised at what I got. Now, it's like you said, it's not going to be his best album. It's not going to be what we got from like the golden, like, you know, Live Long era. But to me, this is still a strong entry into his discography where I thought that the delay was going to make it worse. I think you look at certain artists, like right now we got, you know, Rihanna, even like you talk about Rocky, you talk about Rihanna, where we aren't really sure what's going to come from her. Like with all these delays, is it going to be a good album or not? The stuff that she dropped for like the movies was not great.
Happen?
Yeah, is it even going to happen? When I finally got the confirmation it was going to happen, I was like, I'll be honest, my expectations were a little bit lower because I thought, And even the singles I didn't fall in love with at the time they dropped. In context with the album, I think they're better.
Right. I guess like the last thing I'll say regarding it, as far as like my opinion on it, is that I really, at the end of the day, I think that this hasn't really tarnished or improved his legacy. I think it kind of keeps him pretty stagnant, but that also is not a bad thing at the end of the day. I think that's actually more than a lot of people could ask for. And that being said, and also the fact of one thing you have to give him a lot of credit for. People can argue on, you know, how good of a rapper he is. Because, look, I'm a huge fan of him. I know he's not the best rapper in the world. He's not even in the conversation for it, and that's fine. But what he does have is there's very few people who have as much attention to detail as he does when it comes to, I mean, all the little details throughout the album as far as the production and the song structure and the way that he did, the way that he actually like laid everything out, I think is something that it's not like verse hook, bridge hook, done. It's like there. I mean, you really every song you never really know what's going to happen, and that's what I really. It's like watching a movie, like almost like it keeps you so engaged the whole time, and that's what I thought was really cool. Again, you can argue rapping ability, you can argue whatever you want, but attention to detail, the fact that he gives a fuck, like he really cares about the shit is, I think, almost falling flat on a lot of people nowadays as far as, you know, I mean, because so much music is turned into fast fashion of just like rinse and repeat where like you could tell he took his fucking time to map out every sound, the fact that he got West Side Gun just for ad libs, like the fact, you know, just all these little niche points. So that's my to and fro.
Ain't it kind of crazy though that his girl didn't even give him a fucking feature? Like,
it's a cold house. It's a cold house.
You got kids at home and shit. You can't
she's
do a
like,
verse.
I swear to God, she's like allergic to microphones at this point or something, dog.
She getting that Fendi money.
Yeah, imagine right. Ree, I really need you on this. Nah, thanks. That's so crazy.
I bet you do. When she said that, I do want to.
Better than to ask.
I do
probably.
I do want to ask everybody. So you brought up the segue, and it's perfect to me because I wanted to ask the question because we all kind of had that. We kind of shared similar expectations. The delays, everything kind of lowered our anticipation for the album. But I did want to ask the question that what if this was a home run album, right? Like we talked about it with Cole earlier in this episode. So applying that same question here, let's say that this album was a home run, that this album, we came here and we're all like, yo, this album was fucking amazing. This album was great. How much does that change A$AP Rocky's legacy in the fact of that he did have that long absence and he comes back and let's say he dropped something that we all really loved? Would that have moved him into a different class? Because I feel like, and maybe there's difference of opinions of like the class that you guys put him in, because he had those 3 great bodies of work, disappeared, dropped testing, wasn't well received. Then you have this, and say this was a knockout home run. Do we then kind of re-put him in certain conversations, or is it just he was a good artist that delivered a couple good albums and keep it moving? Like how much does A$AP Rocky's quote unquote legacy change? And that stems from where you view him.
That
like,
would
in
depend
general.
on the next one if he can stay consistent.
So you would need more like consistent drops for him to. Yeah. Okay, so like just this one wouldn't really do it.
This one
for you.
wouldn't do it for me. It would just be like, okay, now A$AP Rocky's starting to cut, especially at the testing. Come in here now, play this. You play this and be like, okay, now I'm starting to get now ASAP's starting to get back to what we used to like.
Yeah.
Now can he keep it up though? Can he keep it going?
Okay. I like that take. Birdie, what about you? Do you think a great album like really changes his trajectory, or is he just what he is?
I can't put my finger on it. It's just like he missing something to be put in those type conversations.
Is it
I
the
don't know.
activity?
I wouldn't say it's the activity because clearly from certain artists, you ain't got to be necessarily active to be great, I guess.
Who could he be talking about?
I don't know. You know, we ain't
Fuck
got
Ace Hood got to think at a time like this.
to throw no name on it, but
No, we don't got to do that.
I don't know what it is though. Like, it just don't even seem right to even, you know what I'm saying, put him in one of them conversations. But it's just like, I don't know what he missing for real. I don't know if it's just like he don't necessarily rap as good as the people we talk about that's in that category or whatnot. Because if it show don't,
That's
in a
kind
sense,
of
but
what I was gonna say. Is
he-
like we knew from the jump, like he never was by technicality
rapper,
the
yeah.
best
yeah,
rapper.
that might be it then, huh?
But he makes good music.
Yeah.
But
Right.
he's not by technicality. He never has been
He's
the
a good
best rapper.
He's a good artist, not the best rapper.
Yeah, this is like a context where you can kind of put those, I guess, into the separate. He's good at making good like songs, enjoyable songs, good songs. But as far as technical ability goes, yeah, he has never been really. I've technical wise, I'd put him like a B tier,
Mid-tier, yeah.
I'd say B tier is fair.
Yeah. Jay Leno, what is your answer to that? So a great A$AP Rocky album does what for him?
Nothing.
Nothing. In terms of like his legacy, how he's remembered, like does that
Nothing.
change it?
Because he's nothing, bro. He's an influencer. Like
yeah.
I look at him as like a creative. Like he's a model. He's an actor. Rapping, I just don't even like look at him in that field anymore. And it's not because like he's ass. Well, he ain't great to me, but people like his music still. I don't look at A$AP Rocky as like a rapper. He's just a creative that's like outside doing deals with like fashion companies and whatnot. Like his wife.
That's the undeniable truth.
Like his wife,
Rocky was
his
the first
girl-
one up on all this fashion
like
shit. for him.
Rihanna, like she has a lot of albums, stuff like that. A lot of like, output of like music. So like you can be like, yeah, she ain't had a song in 10 years, but she got this, that, and third going. But also she has a lot more notable songs than A$AP would. I know
Right.
A$AP shit like you do, but the general population would not know
Right.
Yeah.
the A$AP,
Yeah, definitely.
music. So
Definitely.
for me, like he can drop 2 straight GOAT albums or great albums, however you gonna put it in that category. And to me, he'd still be like
What he is?
Yeah, and I mean that's cool. Like shit,
Right.
he getting money doing that shit. Acting is probably better than being a rapper anyway. So
I mean, yeah, you probably make more money.
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
just, and I think he's a good actor. I don't think he's bad at all. But
Right.
if he gets more roles and keep doing the model shit and the brand deals and clothing line, like he don't gotta make no more music.
That's a great
I
point.
think it's undeniable to say that he's a very talented person
Yeah.
in general. I mean, nothing he does is ever particularly bad. I mean, testing is really kind of pushing it because it
Yeah.
wasn't very good.
Yeah. But
I gave it another chance. Like, was I tripping the other day? And I'm like, nah, it's still not.
yeah, it's to me, I don't think it changes his legacy that much because there was just like Zay nailed it. It's like okay, if this were to start a string of albums and then you have another 3 album run, then it's like okay, then we really got to talk about like okay, are you one of the like where do you fall in this era of hip hop? Like do you now jump to like I don't know, like I'm just naming names like a Tyler Class, a Big Sean Class, like whatever. Like these are people that we would all probably put above Rocky because of not only the hits and the music but also just the activity level. And obviously like Jay Leno pointed out, which was great, is that he is an influencer. Like he's beyond the music. So that's why
Creative is a good way to
creative.
put
So
it, for sure.
to me,
influencer is hard to. That's like
Yeah.
it's a little-
It's like
Fair.
a stain on his
yeah, that's kind of negative connotation. I feel you. I mean, who's like yeah.
Yeah, imagine A$AP Rocky, come with me as I, like on fucking, like no, yeah.
But no, I think that if he drops a great album, I think it just does what it does. And I forget who it was. that brought up the point about the rapping ability too. So you guys smoked that.
I
because,
think
yeah,
sorry.
it was you guys that brought up the rapping ability too. Was that that's probably why he's kind of like quote unquote missing something. So he's just always going to be like, okay, maybe he's one of your favorite hip hop artists, but like he's serving that fan base, that like niche of hip hop. Like he's not going to.
Artist, not rapper.
Yes. He's not going to even with a great album really probably transcend that.
For sure, and I fully agree with that. And I even my point this week after listening is the same as last week, where I said I know I will like it.
Yeah.
Does that mean everybody's
Does
going
that do
to?
anything?
Probably not. I know I was going to,
Right.
and I do. When it comes to like trajectory with him too, it's weird because he has a very he trajectory wise, he would be more akin to be more like, all right, Tyler's kind of a class of his own as opposed to like, like because there's no denying that Tyler's a fucking superstar. But like he's kind of a class of his own off to the side as opposed to like who you could like say the big three or whatever it would be, right? Rocky would be more on the trajectory of like a Tyler, but he will and this is me as a fan saying he will never be as good of an artist as Tyler.
No.
Like, and so I think that just that alone kind of puts it in perspective of like, I think he's good. I think he's really good at what he does.
And I think he made the right decisions too. I think the route that he went worked perfectly for him.
He's smart as shit because like, not to be like funny, like girls always they love A$AP Rocky. Like it's just he's like, all right, shit, I'm gonna just make money off doing this shit. Go model for this brand, whatever. Real simple shit. Then he got to acting. It's like, oh, okay, so the girls and Hollywood do too. Fuck on a rap for her. You ain't made no money doing that. I'm just saying, like Hollywood for him is like the best way to go. I think he's not a bad rapper or artist. It's just like
Talking about Spotify checks or
you just know if
or Hollywood checks.
The role was right there. He just the key to like him being who he is was like real simple, and he took the right route.
He kind of right now, like the hip hop version of Tiana Taylor, can do a little bit of everything, not necessarily.
Oh, her speech was dope too.
Yeah, but like not peak at like a singer, but she can create good music. We don't look at her vocally as like, oh my God. We just know that she can act, she can sing, she can put out albums that's gonna be decent or good. He gonna put albums gonna be pretty decent or good. She might be in a movie and win a fucking award or in a TV show.
Movie just came out today too.
Yeah,
it's jack of all. It's literally a jack
We
of all
just-
trades, master of none.
It's in the range of Gambino almost. Is that nigga can
I
sing.
knew that name was gonna come up. I knew that name was gonna come up.
I think
Yeah. But yeah, in a
very
sense, I get what you're
career-wise
saying.
different, but I get what you mean as far
Yeah.
as like
Just
having
being
your
in
hands
all
in
that-
many pots.
yeah.
Jack of all trades is a master of
By
none.
the way, that Tiana and DiCaprio movie,
Yeah,
we just saw
we
that.
watched One Battle After
That
Another
was
the other
that was
day.
good.
She
That was a
great
dope
in that.
movie. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend it. That was really dope.
right now.
Yeah.
She got one with Matt Damon and Affleck too that came out today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the one I haven't
R.I.P.
seen.
I didn't
Whatever
know
she
she
did.
was that.
Wait,
talented
watch it
with,
What'd you say?
It's called like the Rip or like R.I.P.
Oh, I
or
thought
something like
I
that.
was like, who died?
Yeah, I
there?
was like, wait,
No.
Matt Damon died? What the
No,
fuck?
no,
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ, Jason Bourne.
I was so stunned. I was so stunned by that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's just it. But what I will say is like, as opposed to like my issues with like whatever the fuck Kanye was doing in the past couple of years, is like Kanye's like he was continuing to put out music that he knew was bullshit. We knew was bullshit. You could tell he didn't give as much of a fuck.
Yeah.
Where at least Rocky did take the
Yes.
time, I think, to give a fuck about this. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. The last thing, because we'd be remiss to talk about it in this era of clickbait. The Stole Your Flow, the Drake disses. The Drake disses. There was very clearly.
And we're back. I didn't even catch it.
Very clearly, everything in there was, you stole my flow, I stole your bitch, you're salty, blah blah blah. You got a BBL, all that kind of stuff that we've heard, like the shots thrown at Drake. Obviously, we knew this was coming because of Drake shooting shots at him on Family Matters, and that just obviously being a thing. I just want to say, Rocky, this was well done, but you are going to get absolutely murdered the next time that Drake decides to talk about you, because Drake is just. We all sat around this room and we said, Rocky's missing something. And we all kind of went, oh yeah, it's like rap ability. Like, not that he's terrible. Not that he's terrible.
Sounds crazy on the surface, but like,
But
we get it.
But you give Drake one of them once, especially when it has to do with a woman, especially like Drake is gonna lock in for that, and it is going to be very, very tough.
curious.
But-
That conversation between him and Rihanna must have been interesting.
But I will
Man,
say,
not too long.
I will say that at the end of the day, it was cool. I thought the shots were funny. You know, they were everything you expect. They were the low hanging fruits, though. They were the that's exactly what you expect, like a non super lyrical rapper to take, the low hanging fruits. Spend time with your kids. I heard you got a BBL. I fucked your bitch. Like, you know.
It was, to me, it was mid at best. I
Yeah.
don't think it was executed well, but I do.
Even as far as songs on the album, it's not one of my favorite. Like,
No.
I like it. I like the energy. I like the.
It's
I mean,
fine.
I get it, and I see where he's coming from because this is time to respond. I'll be honest, I don't even know if Drake pays this any fucking attention.
He absolutely will. He's a petty king.
Well, I mean, if it should, okay, I should say this. Drake shouldn't pay this attention. If I were him,
Oh, yeah.
I would not. But Drake is, in his feelings a lot, so he probably will. But at the same time, if Drake doesn't respond, it doesn't move this portion of that battle anywhere to me.
Well, yeah, no, this is not a battle. This is
no,
a fucking.
definitely not.
This is a.
These are not war shots. These are fucking little pebbles.
This is a fucking suicide mission for A$AP Rocky if he really wants to
This-
get a
this
battle.
a man
But he
trying to-
doesn't.
this
It's
man
not gonna
doing
be
some
a
stand-up.
battle. Whatever. I just would be remiss to not talk about it because I know the internet is already talking about it in terms of the beef, and I just thought it was cool. It was admirable, right? Like, that's it. Like,
It's a weird scenario too because it's like he hasn't responded publicly like about any like the fact that he had the shots taken at him, but it's almost like too far removed now to say something. So it's like it's kind of a weird like.
it's also
the
like, brother,
context of
you
it's strange.
won. Like, you got Rihanna, and you are set for life. Even if Rihanna decides tomorrow you are a fucking loser, I'm done with you. that custody.
Yeah, the custody. Hey, look.
Hey, man.
You still got to see her once a week. at
That
least.
fucking-
Drop the kids off.
Hey,
The fact that
man,
Drake hasn't
that
posted
fucking
shit on
child
the gram
support,
yet.
That child support is gonna be crazy.
The fact that Drake has not responded on the gram tells you everything you need to know about what that was.
Also, as we have been podding, Deluxe confirmed
For this album?
for this album. Yeah,
Oh, so maybe we'll finally get more
Get
than
the
two
rest
songs
of
on
Diss
Diss
2?
2. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
That
That's
I-
got to be
Diss
what
two,
it is.
2 songs.
That has to be what Diss 2 is.
yeah, I don't get that at all. So, apparently
Okay.
Deluxe confirmed.
Thank you.
Which
Thank you for that.
I'm not the biggest fan of Deluxes, but we'll see.
I mean, yeah, at this point, like I said, I'll just take the music and I'll like the songs I like, and that's kind of where I feel about Rocky. Any closing thoughts on Rocky before we get to our last drop of the week that I'm just gonna quickly put out there? All right, I'd be remiss to also not talk about a future Hall of Famer, NBA YoungBoy, dropping his album, and it was good. It was good, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was dope. It's gonna be numbers wise. It's gonna be one of the biggest weeks of the year. Numbers. It's going to be a big performance, but I thought it was good, man. I thought it was enjoyable. So, did anybody listen to it? And does anybody have any kind of thoughts on the NBA YoungBoy album? This is his first one too, following the arena tour, which I thought is something big. Like, that's a big moment.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked the intro. I ain't finished the last 4 or 5 songs. I got distracted doing some other shit, but this is exactly what NBA YoungBoy needed to do. Like I say, he needed to put out an album this year. He's super hot, so if I could see him doing another tour like how Cardi did, because everybody
always
know that's
wanted
where the
him to
money.
tour.
Everybody know that's where the money at right now. Is touring, so I could see him doing another.
And
one.
his
in
fans
music,
waited
yeah.
so long that they'll absolutely go again.
Yeah.
Do you think though do you think that he should have grabbed more like pop feature like out of his element names, like just for like just off of the buzz, and maybe gotten like a pop star on a song, and it might have been weird or whatever, but
Very
numbers
dependent on the pop star.
but
like
numbers
Ed
wise
Sheeran on a YoungBoy
numbers
album.
wise it probably would have brought in some more like attention stuff. Do you think that he should have done that following now he's probably bigger than he's ever been in terms of the eyes on him?
I mean, yeah, but somebody like NBA YoungBoy, you know what I'm saying? You can count on him dropping another album,
and
or
he
two
can do this
year.
all the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he can do that next album or.
But do you think it was a mistake to not like put more emphasis on this one, like make this one like stand out more?
I don't know. I mean, all the eyes on him regardless, so it don't matter what he do, for real. But I guess if you wanted to possibly break another barrier, yeah, you would focus on some shit like that. But I don't think you got to. I don't think you got to do that. I don't think you got to do that right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's got to. I just think it was the opportunity to, and that's the one thing.
I think the definition of emphasis kind of it depends on. Because maybe in his world, he is putting a lot of that. This is his version of putting a lot of emphasis on an album.
Right.
That kind of depends on how people, whatever artist it is, kind of proceeds and how they promote and the way that they do it and whatever. And YoungBoy is like, he's a really interesting character because it's like I don't really hear about. He's not a person I hear about daily,
right?
But he is so big and has so many. He's like the opposite of the exact what I was saying earlier with like the Kendrick and Drake thing, where some shit only exists on Twitter. It's like the YoungBoy fans like exist almost more in real life than on social media. Not saying they don't, because there was the whole "Why Be Better" thing for whatever. But like
that was a great time.
You gotta remember too though, like YoungBoy kind of and this is why I say he a Hall of Famer, because there's nobody who has been blackballed and made a comeback like how NBA YoungBoy has. Like he's literally been blackballed from Apple Music, all the streaming shit. Yeah, after the shit happened with King Von, like Lil Durk and them people was basically like blackballing him, like trying not to give him plays. Like wasn't nobody fucking with him in the industry. Wasn't nobody trying to be on a feature with him because everybody was taking sides with Lil Durk, because Lil Durk was at the cool table with Young Thug, Gunna, all these people over there. So none of them, nobody wanted to make music with him.
He's at the popular kids.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So nobody wanted to make music with him. So for him to have this buzz and this impact that he's having right now, and to see people flip sides, because there's a lot of people right now that was Team Durk that's now Team YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? This is unheard of. This is why I'm not gonna stretch it and say first back, but I do think he's a Hall of Famer solidified. Like I just said in the group chat earlier, he has the most plaques out of any rapper there is, and I can guarantee you 70% of those plaques is just him rapping, just him by himself.
That's just he's not like. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know like everything about him, but like it's not like he has like people around him who are like bigger than him or old heads that like he really kind of is just in his own
Birdman world,
lane of is he with Bird? Okay,
yeah, he on the Birdman.
Because I knew like what NLE Choppa was or what I didn't know YoungBoy was had anything to do with Birdman. So I find him really interesting because I just maybe it's my echo chamber, but I don't hear.
It's funny because you do see the Birdman thing is funny because you do see some like sometimes some very small like Wayne vocal inflections and stuff.
And another thing, like, cause I know like nowadays like we more like Apple Music, Spotify. Like he really like a YouTube star. Yeah. Like that's primarily, you know what I'm saying. That's
remember the term YouTube rapper. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that term since we were.
I was gonna say because Spotify actually kind of did him dirty
2013.
today. Spotify on their new releases, his thing where you had to scroll and scroll to get to it. I was like, damn, did it drop or not?
I'll go back to Birdie's take. I think this was 2019 at a music class in college. Picked the artist, did a project on YoungBoy, and the same thing about him having the plaques. It was more so about him being the king of YouTube back then because he didn't have all the plaques 2019 type of time. Like he said, most of his songs are just with him. Like you have like Birdman or some shit on a couple songs maybe or some shit like that. Kevin Gates maybe or something. But like to me, he's number one without being number one because of like you put his plaques against any other artist out right now, he clears. Yeah. No number one album, no number one single. It's strictly just like
Now,
It's strictly just fan base though. Like
Yeah.
I've seen his fan base at concerts. I've seen him, like it's insane. But I think him being, he's like a, I don't want to say like a target, but like he's more like a people are scared to do work with him. They're scared to be like around YoungBoy because of the history that YoungBoy has. But as an artist, you want to make a good song or some shit, like get a plaque, go to YoungBoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Headlining Rolling Loud.
Interestingly enough, who is one artist that you would have never expected to work with YoungBoy and had him on the album is fucking Tyler.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
You know, that was
Respect Game though. Like people just, they're not scared to like to work with him because they know he may not be the best rapper, but like he'll give you a hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just what it is for real.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's a hit machine because of the core following that he has built is unlike almost anything in rap. Like it really is very unique. So I would have took this moment, and maybe I'm not the person that should A&R NBA YoungBoy, but I would have took this moment to say, okay, look, you've got more eyes on you than ever because of the arena tour and everything. Like you've now kind of broken into conversations. I've seen people talking about NBA YoungBoy that normally don't talk about NBA YoungBoy, and so I would have took that moment to then try to get some outside of your world features, bring them into your world, and if it's done right, you can absolutely like expand your empire. That's the way I would have looked at this moment if I was NBA YoungBoy. But yeah, I mean, look, he is what he is, man. He's gonna drop albums. They're always gonna be quality. They're always going to serve his fan base, and his fan base is gonna ride for him. So, and his fan base is not a small number of people. It's a fucking army. So
I
keep doing what you're doing, man. I respect the like you said, like the not totally by yourself. Obviously, you do have some powerful people at play, Birdman and such, but Motown Records, like all that, like. But at the end of the day, man, like. You talk about like there is not a lot of motion to him outside of him, and so that I respect the hell out of.
And I think that it's I'll finish with this is that I think it's interesting that like if you asked me in 2019, I probably would have thought that YoungBoy would have already came and went or faded away by now, but he's peaking now.
Yeah.
And, like, that is very rarely seen, in music in general. It's, like, usually it's up front and then that, but it's, like, he's been continuously uphill for, like, longer than most people. So, it's interesting. I think he's an important person to watch.
I agree. I think this is a year where, look, you're headlining Rolling Loud. Like, you have just a lot of, you coming off your arena tour, like, you have a lot going for you. So, I'm excited to see what he does with it as somebody that is a quote unquote superstar. Joel, before we get out of here, did you want to say anything on Rolling Loud? I know we talked about it a little bit in the group chat, or you just it is what it is. Because I'm genuinely curious about it. Like
you've actually been to Rolling Loud.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, 4 times in a row to be exact.
4 times.
Yeah, and it got worse each year. I mean, like. To me, like, it peaked in, like, 2016, like, with X and, like, Juice and all those people.
A lot of things peaked in
that's
2016.
what, like, people, like, my cousins told me how it went, like, but to me, it's, like, it's a cool place to, like, go, to see everybody in one space or whatever, but each year just gets, like, worse. Like, you get Uzi, Travis, Cardi, the typical 3 headliners, right? 22, you had Kendrick, Ye, and Future. Best shit I've probably ever seen in one setting, right? Then you keep bringing back Cardi, which is cool, but, like, the dude was saying how he didn't want to keep using the same artist, but he used Cardi, like, 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Like, Don is cool to headline, that's fine, YoungBoy, whatever, but the undercards are no names. And I know a lot of, like, underground people, I cannot tell you half of those people. And it's not, like, a knock to them. It's just, like, the undercard has to be somewhat good because the show goes from 3 o'clock to midnight. Mm-hmm. YoungBoy's not gonna go on stage till probably 10:30.
Yeah.
So for them 8 hours or 6 or 7 hours, what are you doing?
Yeah. So how did they how do they fix that? Can they fix that? Like, is a problem just that they don't have a good pulse? Is it people turn it down because they feel they don't need the opportunity? What is the reason that
everybody getting older? Like, it's not like
it's not enough young blood?
We getting
Well,
older.
No, what I will say now, this is the first time I've looked at it, is at least Friday. It's a lot of the underground that I've brought up that me and you joke about in the group chat. Too Slimy, Netspin, Xavier So Bass, Laser Dim 700, Nino Pate, 1900 Rugrat. Like, these are people that are like bubbling a lot in like the underground, what the new underground is. So but that's interesting because that means that they're specifically aiming at like 18 to 21-year-olds where like that's really
And he
popular.
said that in the interview. He was like, if you don't like it, you must be an unk now. And maybe
Right, I
to an
guess,
extent, it's
yeah.
like
kind of.
I'm not used to. And I know a few you just named, but I'm not going to act like I know like their shit.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I'm
So,
just aware. I'm
just
not
out-
like I'm listening. To
Just
it
out
per
of
se.
curiosity, so like I imagine a name that would
Welcome,
be there is Ian.
motherfuckers.
I would imagine.
I don't think Ian's.
But see, compared to these guys, though,
But Ian's different,
Ian's
yeah.
kind of even
he's
surpassed
known.
that.
He's known more than probably most of those guys.
This
Yeah,
is like
absolutely.
True.
really
Very true.
young, really, and like Laser Dim and Too Slimy and all these
Like
guys.
it's no Yachty. It's no like from what I've seen, like the go-tos. Like even he had Chief Keef there. Like he had Kodak there. He was a little drunk that year, but it's just you have.
Kodak drunk in most of the public
He is,
opinions.
but they're not. They're not really having enough like people to bring out like the headline and shit. Like Cardi's gonna bring out. It's Cardi. People gonna show up for Cardi. YoungBoy, they gonna show up for YoungBoy. And it might die, but they can show up.
I think because you are right is that a lot of these are just completely unknown, like never even heard of them. Like again, this is like
And if you look at the other ones like AP, you'll see like you would know at least 70% of the undercards.
right and
were
like
there before.
I don't know, but this is definitely like my unk thing. But there's like a lot of Xbox gamer tag ass fucking rat names. Like, I mean,
I
like,
seen
Cowboy Brian's over there. Like,
I seen one
like,
guy's
my
name.
head hurts reading
One
this
guy's
shit.
name was like Floor 37 or Floor 13 or some
Bro.
shit.
I can't even pronounce some of these
But,
people.
look,
Apollo
let me just-
312 or some
Let me
shit.
just see. Let me pull out a couple that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Bloodhound Q50.
I know that is.
Uh,
I fuck with Q50, Loki.
yeah, see, I don't even know who that is.
It's a crazy name though.
Q50.
Prada Bag Shorty.
Actually, I know a little bit of Prada Bag Shorty. So.
Really? So see, I'm not even Big 30. The numbers is
Big
what gets
30.
me. Having numbers in
That's
your name
me.
is crazy.
Shout out.
Laser Dim.
Shout out,
700.
Platte.
You got floor 13 and K3.
I told you.
Yeah.
Listen.
413 is crazy.
And who the fuck is Lil
That's
Wayne?
criminal.
I'm hoping that's a female.
Say that again.
Lil Wet, that's got to be a female rapper. Bro.
Yeah, I don't know, dog.
But
It's some 6'4" dude, and now introduce a Lil Wet.
There's also Prada Bag Shawty.
Yeah, I said that. That's what Bryce said. That, you know.
They need Miles.
Yeah, they need you know.
Oh yeah, that's a name I'd
Hey,
absolutely
everybody
expect
do
to
it
be
with me.
there.
Hit the C line, bro. Come on, that's classic,
Yeah.
bro. Bro,
Y'all really wanted that
what? You know Miles?
Yeah.
that song?
Hey, look, he's fine.
That's
Song
my
go
guy.
crazy, yeah.
You know Miles is cold, bro.
But
But I wouldn't.
I know I'm on.
If this is your first time going, like, I'll be very upset because if you look at the last like few shows, like even before like I went before COVID, like they had some crazy shit. They're never getting Drake. Drake said no to 3 days. He said no to doing each like the whole weekend. He's not doing that.
They said,
Yeah.
but how about Saturday?
Getting Kendrick there was
okay,
nuts
well,
to
what
me.
about Sunday?
I didn't think he was going to be there, but I think that's when Mr. Morale came out. Like, that was okay, like, seeing him at that type of festival. You're not getting Cole. You're not getting Drake. You can only reuse the same people. Cardi's going to always show up.
Yeah.
His sets are nuts. Like, they're great. You might have to go repent
I wouldn't
after,
have
but
counted Cole out this year just with the fall off. I thought that could have been possible.
Cole would
But
never.
looking
Has
at that
his own
list,
festival.
Yeah,
but looking at that list, he would have been so out of place.
Oh,
He would have been so out of place.
Yeah, do anybody
It's like, where's like Rick Ross or something? Like,
do
you know what I mean?
anybody think Glorilla could headline?
Well, Sexy Red on the undercard, so she
No,
could.
they not gonna let nobody like that. Like, no, they not letting
Well, Sexy Red on this.
Yeah, I do think
no, she's not gonna headline.
Okay, yes, fair.
I do think the crowd is more like hype beast type music. So yeah, probably not Glorilla.
Bro, it's raising
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she would be like one of those right under the main cards.
No, she's been in before her like Ice Spice when she was popping like
Yeah.
her shit was crazy too. Like it's just T-Pain was it's just they bring the Florida artists but they don't know how to like they don't it's just not the same, bro.
Okay.
It's just not.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning into this. Oh, what did you have to say?
I was gonna say, we're gonna touch on any other new music that dropped this week.
Do we have other new music to talk about?
I just want to shout out. I know we were joking about it earlier, but shout out all the aunties. Jill Scott dropped the Color Show that was fucking fire.
Oh yeah. No, that was great.
Big areola music is back in full effect.
And also, for me personally, I'm excited about next week because I got 2 artists dropping that I can't wait to hear their new releases. Both Ari Lennox got her album dropping with like Jermaine Dupri kind of EP in it, and then IDK. So I'm excited about next week.
Oh yeah, the IDK album.
And also
IDK,
the
that Pusha T verse on
that Pusha T verse is crazy.
yeah, IDK actually did not do service to that Pusha T verse he got.
Yeah, no, he
Push
didn't.
fucking
He didn't.
absolutely
He
smoked
sold
that.
that. He
Not
sold
even
that
a
shit.
night and day.
He sold that
What are
shit.
you about to say? Okay.
He had a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
And also, apparently, we got
You
the
heard it here,
Baby
folks.
EP that's dropping. So
Oh, what EP?
The Baby.
Oh, okay.
Where's
Like
Money
that,
Murray?
that's the
Where
right way to
Money Murray
react.
at? Where
That's the
Money Murray?
right way to react.
Sure.
To be
okay.
fair, his last tape with what's that guy? I think it's like Petty Franklin or Fetty whatever. That EP they just had, like it was smooth.
Petty. Yeah.
Petty-
Baby has
Yeah.
never been a bad rapper. He's just
Oh yeah,
fun to
you
make
were
fun
here
of.
last
Like,
week. Yeah, we
you
talked
know,
about
like,
that. Yeah. But no, yeah.
And also, Al Green had an EP drop this week.
Al Green. Okay, well,
that's
all right.
I didn't know Al Green was alive still, bro. That's crazy, dog. What?
All right.
Listen,
You
Yeah.
should know about that.
That was absolutely insane. I wanted to shout out the Denzel Maxo song, but fuck that. We gotta just end on an Al.
I mean,
Al
Al
Green.
Gunna had
And
Chris
an
Brown
Al
on the
Green
song
drop.
too.
An Al Green drop. That'll do it for this episode of the Rap Cave podcast. It has clearly been too long when Unc starts talking. When Gramps starts talking, actually. That's Gramps. That's not even Unc. That's Gramps.
Yeah, that's OG status for real.
Thank you guys. for
Oh, y'all about to figure out their status real soon. Y'all see them rolling loud names. Y'all about to get that Unk status in these next couple years.
Unc and Gramps is 2 different levels. I'm Chris Platte, aka Platte Paz, with a dope crew of people. Man, I'm glad to be doing the episode with each and every one of you guys every week. I appreciate it a lot. I got Primetime Jay Leno. We got B Mike Birdie holding it down. We got Zay. We got Bryce flying in from somewhere nice. We got Cowboy Brian and Big AP on the 1s and 2s. Appreciate you guys as always. Let us know in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I got to get back to that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And then let us know your thoughts on the J. Cole album. What are your predictions for it? Who are going to be the features? All of that kind of stuff.
First week numbers.
Numbers. ASAP Rocky, what did you think of his album? Did you enjoy his shots at Drake? What does ASAP Rocky mean to you? And of course, NBA YoungBoy's album drop. What are your thoughts? Is he a superstar? Where is he at to you? And yeah, no. What drop your favorite Al Green song? Drop your favorite Al Green song. We're out of here.
Man.
Peace
All
out.
broken
Have a good weekend.
yes, sir. Peace.